are some runs that I did on my Mexican vacation a few years ago that are at the end of this video. Just putting that out there.
All right, so this is my 2001 Pontiac Trans Am. The most common questions that I get, comments, are always about this. What are the specs? What's the setup? You know, so I want to go over it real quick and just show you what it is. We'll start with the part that everybody cares about. So it's a Texas Speed Brawler Series Sledgehammer 408 stroker. It's got blueprint engines, LS3 heads, fast LSXR, 102 intake, fast 102 throttle body, powered by a D1SC Procharger, a 1700 horsepower capable treadstone intercooler, direct port nitrous that's pre-plumbed into the intake manifold. So that's the power plant, and then we got the Lingenfelter spark retarder slash two-step, and then the nitrous is powered by the Maximizer 5 progressive system. What else is fun? The brake master cylinder, I did the TBM brakes manual master swap, so I got rid of the ABS and traction control and the power booster, and it's all manual. We got, all the lines have been redone. We got TBM brakes, road racing, rear brake calipers, rotors, pads. They just came out with the front ones recently. They just got out of development, so we'll be putting those in the front pretty soon. It's got Texas Speed headers, Texas Speed Y pipe, Texas Speed 3-inch all the way out into chambered exhaust system. And we did a T56 swap. It used to be a 4L60. And then we have everything that UMI sells. So every piece of suspension, control arms, the K-member, you know, control arms front and rear, the torque bar, the whole, you know, shebang, the subframe connectors. So yeah, that's it. And then the wheels are Weld S71s. The backs are 15 by 10s. And then the fronts are 18 by 9s. And the rear end is a Hawks Motorsports 8.8 that's been narrowed 3 inches. So the back spacing on the rear wheels is 4.5. However, you have to take into account that the rear end's been narrowed 3 inches. So the tire size is 275, I think it's 275 40 18. Yeah. And then the rears are 275 60 15. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, that's pretty much the setup, man. I don't have the nitrous bottle in there right now, but the nitrous bottle goes in the back, and then we have like on the rear shelf. And then I have all the buttons in here. So you got the purge, the actual, you know, turn it on, then you have the purge, and you have the opener, which opens up the bottle. And then there's a heater as well. And then the purge actually comes out right here in the nostrils of the ram air. As you can see right here, out of the front. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the setup, man. I mean, I'll pick it up in the air on the lift and we'll show you underneath. But yeah, we'll just get some runs and show the car, you know, moving, and show you what it's got and go from there. right, so starting from front to back, from the front of the car, we have the UMI Performance front sway bar, a UMI Performance lower control arms. Initially, when we set this whole thing up, it was to go road racing at the firm. And the more power we put into it, the more we realized that it was impossible to, because the thing was we wanted to be able to road race it, but I want to be able to drive it around town, take it to events and stuff like that. And after you get past a certain horsepower level, it's impossible to drive. You know, I mean, it just becomes a burnout machine, and it sucks to drive around because you can never get traction. So it ended up going more into a drag racing setup over time. But when we were road racing, we had Strano lowering springs and KYB adjustable shocks and struts. So that's what's still on there. We'll probably go to some Viking coilovers here soon. But right now, I mean, it's getting traction, drag strip. So we got the control arm. We got Texas Speed headers, Texas Speed Y-pipe. We got the UMI Performance relocation bracket for the torque arm. And then we got UMI Performance subframe connectors that still need to be welded in. We got, what else? The torque arm, you know, that we already talked about. Got a UMI Performance rear sway bar, UMI Performance control arms, which we ordered those during COVID and they were out of black, so it's like the only red thing we have on the car, which eventually we either need to paint or buy something else because it drives me crazy. So you can see the inside of the TBM brake caliper. So we did a TBM brake manual master cylinder swap, and they just came out with the front, so we'll be getting those soon, but these are the rears that you can kind of see. So like we said, we got KYBs and Stranos in the rear as well, and then what do they call this, the pan hard bar, UMI Performance, and then we have chambered exhaust, so 3-inch all the way back into this and out. Obviously Hawks Motorsports 8.8 rear end with 411 gears, 35 spline. We did do a T56 swap. There was a 4L60 in here in the beginning. You can order a swap from Hawks Motorsports. They'll sell you the used T56, the clutch master, basically the pedal, like everything you need to do the actual swap. So we did that swap years ago, and then you can kind of see the Procharger underneath. You can see the ATI balancer, the 8-inch balancer. What else? The new race valve, bypass valve from Procharger.
replacement for displacement?
There is. It's called a supercharger.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Holy fuck.
Now we're moving. That bitch is still pulling, man.
Dude, that's on the way to like 900 crank, dude.
I'm in trouble.
Maybe 1,000 crank.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Man, you're a monster. You're creating monsters at F-Body, man.